All right. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right.
Yes.
So, good morning, everyone. So, today it's a biology session, and we'll be studying different types of teeth, different functions of teeth, okay, in today's session. Now, before we begin, I have a riddle for y'all. Okay, it says that for the first and the second time, I rise up for free. And if you want me to rise up for the third time, I'll cost you. What is it?
Ma'am, could you just repeat the riddle one more time,
Yeah,
please?
the riddle says, for the first and the second time, I rise up for free. And if you want me to rise up the third time, then I'll cost you.
it, the answer is teeth because when the first time your milk teeth break, new teeth rise up,
Yes.
and then second time they will also rise up, but third time they won't.
Third time they won't. So you have to pay to get a denture.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the teeth, and that's something that we are going to study. It's so I mean it's so strange, right? Whenever we break our bone, whenever there is a muscle injury or something, we it happens. It gets it kinds of remakes for itself by its own. But in case of teeth, yes, there is a mechanism where it replenishes itself. But then yes, we have to take proper care of it because it's our asset. Okay. And why do you think teeth is so important? I mean, see, for example, if a person, like whenever you're meeting a person, any new person, what is it that you remember about him or her?
How they look.
How they look. Okay. Anything else which is more pleasing than their looks?
Their personality.
Uh,
Their
Personality is
smile.
something that you experience. Yes, smile. Okay. No matter how a person looks, a pleasing smile is, it's very attractive to everyone, right? We remember, okay, this person has a very good smile. Whenever I met this person, he always greeted me with a smile. So smile is something that kind of, in the first go defines your personality. When you have not spoken to a person, but you have just kind of seen faces and seen smiles and exchanged a simple hi, in that moment also you recognize the person by the smile. So it's very important. And for smiling, having a good set of teeth is very, very important. Okay. Now, apart from having or creating an identity for us in terms of smiling, what else do you think are teeth important for?
To chew,
To chew, yes, the basic function. Then,
Um, does it help us talk in any way?
definitely it does help us talk. Have you met your grandparents or great grandparents who are like very, very old and they don't have the the real set of teeth? Have you met them?
Actually, yeah, because I've met him. Yeah, yeah, and they don't have a real set of teeth.
Yeah. So when they and most of them and most of us, everyone these days, whenever they lose their permanent teeth, they get a set of dentures made, and they use them so that they can eat everything, they can talk properly, and it's aesthetically also it's very convenient to have teeth. So next time when you meet someone like this, try to see the difference in their speech when they are wearing the dentures and when they are not wearing their dentures. There'll be a difference in the speech. Okay. So teeth, yes, it helps us in chewing the food, which is the most important function that it has. Second, it helps us talk. And third, yes, it gives us an identity by the way we smile, right? Without teeth, if we smile, it won't be that attractive, right? So teeth, yes, studying teeth is very, very important. So let's see details about it. All right, now a few questions and a few facts before we go into the details into the structure of teeth. Who will answer the first one? A newborn baby has no teeth. Why is it so? Why aren't you born with teeth?
Because we don't need it when we're in our mother's womb.
No, after we come out, like
Oh,
Because
till
we don't eat, we
we
just
don't
drink.
eat, we just drink milk. Okay, so teeth is present because it has to carry out some function, and the basic function is to chew. A newborn baby does not chew the food. He is always on a liquid diet, all liquids and semi solids. So that's why a newborn baby does not have teeth. And till the baby turns 7, 8 months, or it may be a little later also in certain cases, the teeth start appearing. Okay, so the first set of teeth that you get are called what?
milk teeth.
They're called milk teeth. Okay, and do you all remember when your milk teeth started falling off?
When I was 5 or 6,
Like
Okay,
7, 8, it started shaking.
okay, and like I'm sure like Vedika can answer this one. Like Vedika, do you have do you did you lose all your milk teeth? Do you have all permanent teeth now?
I don't know actually.
You don't know.
Because I doubt my like molars. I doubt if
Okay,
they've fallen yet.
okay. All right. So by the age of 12, 13 years, you lose all your milk teeth and then you start getting your permanent teeth. Now, permanent teeth are something, they are the most important assets. Like, if you lose them, if you damage them, you're not going to get them back. Okay, so you have to take utmost care of them. Okay, and in cases in old age or due to some illness, if people lose their permanent teeth, then they go for an artificial set of teeth, which is called a denture. Okay, it's called a denture. All right. So that was this. Now, you all know that human beings are omnivores, right? What do you mean by omnivores?
um, is it they can? Oh, Vedika, you can go ahead.
No, it's okay. Okay, fine. Um, they people who eat vegetarian and non-vegetarian
Yeah,
food.
people who eat both vegetarian food and non-vegetarian food, they're called omnivores. Why I have put this point here, we'll be discussing it in the further slides. Okay, so let's quickly move ahead. Yes, teeth helps us to chew the food. Why is it important to chew the food? We have done this. Why is it important? Why is it necessary to chew the food? Why can't you just gulp it down?
Because if I'm taking a bit of a guess at this.
Hmm.
Is it because when the food is too big and you swallow it, you can choke and your stomach acids can't break it down as easily?
Uh, uh, you don't
Or
choke.
it gets stuck in there like as a
No.
fragrance.
No, you don't choke. Okay, but then yes, the breakdown of food does not happen properly if you don't chew it in your mouth. Okay, so that's why grinding and chewing of food. So when we started digestive system, you might remember that the digestion of the food begins right in your mouth. digestion doesn't necessarily happen inside your stomach. It starts right in your mouth. Okay. And chewing is the first step towards digestion. Only after you chew the food, the digestion process begins. So, yes, teeth is indirectly supporting your digestive system, right? And the second importance, as we discussed, is to speak clearly. Your teeth are very, very important. Okay. Now, after the class, you all have to do this one activity. Take a set of 5 to 10 words, okay, and try to speak those words, one such that the tongue doesn't touch your teeth, and one in the normal case, and observe what is the difference in the sound that you hear. Okay, so teeth are important for us. One, to chew, and second, to speak clearly. Now, as we spoke, the first few years, like first 6, 7 years, the child has milk teeth. Okay, they are smaller in size. Okay, and these teeth are less in number than the adults. Okay, so y'all must have heard the word number 32. You know, everyone says you have 32 teeth in your mouth, but a child does not have 32 teeth. A child has just 20 teeth. So the number of milk teeth that a child has is just 20 in numbers. Okay. And you might have observed with your own self, because you all are in that age when there is a transition, you all are losing your milk teeth and you're gaining your permanent teeth. You're in that stage. So you try to observe when your teeth falls, try to observe the size, and then try to observe the size of the new tooth which is taking its place. No, the new tooth appears a lot stronger, bigger, wider. Okay, and that is to accommodate to the size of your jaw, right? So yes, the first set of for a temporary tooth, we also call it temporary because they are there only for a certain duration of time. They are called the milk teeth, and they are 20 in numbers. They are weak and they are small in size. And then,
Ma'am,
yeah.
what is enamel?
Okay, we will be studying the structure of the teeth, wherein we'll be explaining the
Okay.
enamel.
Okay.
Enamel is the top layer. So we'll be talking about it in the further slides. Okay. Now let's go to the next set of teeth, that is the permanent teeth. Now permanent teeth, they don't come all at once. Even the milk teeth don't come all at once. Okay. So these permanent teeth are stronger. They're quite strong. They're quite heavy. They're bulky. And you start getting your permanent teeth from the age of 6, 7 years until 13, 14 years. All right. And that's why the appearance of a person, the look of a person changes, like, drastically when the person is having just milk teeth. The face looks quite different. And when you have a permanent set of teeth, your appearance changes to a great extent. Okay, that's because of the the shape, size of teeth also plays a key role in that. The number of permanent teeth that you have is 32. Okay, not all 32, I mean, you don't get all 32 at the age of 13, 14. You keep getting them gradually. Okay, so is this differentiation clear between temporary and permanent teeth?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Oh,
permanent teeth also tend to have like ridges.
like what? I
Ridges underneath, like
I did not understand. What's that word?
ridges, like the they have ridges. They're not straight.
No teeth is straight. No, even the milk teeth, they are not straight.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now that was the first set we saw, was the differentiation on the the first type of differentiation between the teeth set. One is the temporary and the second is the permanent tooth. Now we will see the types of teeth depending upon their shape and function. Okay? Now I want all of y'all to open your mouth, okay? And whenever I'm explaining, I want you to touch and experience, feel your teeth for yourself. All right. So the first set of teeth, that is two in the front top and two in the bottom top, they are called the incisors. All right. Incisors are flat teeth. They have a sharp, like, they're sharp at the top. They are like a knife, a pointed line. Touch them and feel it for yourself. They're flat teeth, they're quite wide, and they have a sharp edge. There are two in the top in the front and two in the bottom in the front. Did you touch them? Did you feel them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. They are not two. There are four in the top jaw and four in the bottom jaw. Okay. These are called the incisors. Now, these are the first set of teeth that a child gets, or even when you get your permanent teeth, the first milk teeth to fall will be the incisors. Okay. Then the next category is the type called canine. Have we heard this word canine before? What do we use it for?
They describe like big cats, like lions and tigers.
Yes. So
Or
anything
dogs.
which is, yeah, or dogs, okay? Anything which is a meat eater, yeah, like a lion, any carnivorous, we call it canine, okay? So that the name itself indicates the function, right? So canines, after your four incisors on the top and the bottom, the next one tooth on each side. So one after on the left side of the incisor and one on the right side of the incisor. Same way in the lower jaw. These four teeth are extremely pointed. They have a sharp point. Okay, these are called the canines. Why are they called canines? Because they are the ones which help you to tear the food. Okay, so if you have a biscuit or if you have a piece of an apple, how do you like naturally you when you take it to your mouth? What do you do the first thing?
We bite into it.
We bite with which set of teeth? With the front teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we take the apple, we take the carrots, we put it in our mouth and we bite it with our front teeth. So the incisors are used for biting the food, any kind of food. Let it be biscuits, let it be apples, cucumbers, carrots, anything. To bite, we use incisors. Okay, now understand the difference between when I say bite, when I say tear, when I say grind, they're all different words. Okay, so try to understand the difference between them. Now, when I say canine and when I say these are used for tearing up the food, now imagine you're eating a chapati or a bread. You cannot bite it. It is not crunchy. You have to tear it, right? So you use your canines to tear the food. And same way, when someone is eating meat, you cannot bite the meat. You have to tear the meat. So canines are used for that. That's why all these animals, the dogs and the lions and tigers, they're called canines. Okay. So canines are used to tear the food. Are the incisors and the canines clear?
Yes.
Yes. So
And
we are, yeah.
so in scissors are you so they're like just they have sharp edges for biting, and
Yeah.
canines have like a sharp pointed surface.
Yes. To tear. Okay. So
Okay.
now onwards, when I'm talking to you, let's consider only one jaw. Let's talk about the lower jaw, and the same set will be applicable on the upper jaw as well. It'll be easy for us to
Okay.
understand. Okay. Now we are done with the four front teeth, which are the incisors. We are done with the two side teeth just next to the incisors, which are canine. So we are done with 6 of them. Is this clear? So out of 16, that is out of 32, we have 16 in the lower jaw, we have 16 in the upper jaw. So we are done with 6 teeth from the lower jaw. Now let's move to the next segment of. Now the next segment is called the premolar. Okay. Now these premolars are next to the incisors, 2 on each side. Okay. On the right side of the incisor, there will be 2 premolars. On the left side of incisors, there will be 2 premolars. So in one jaw, there will be 4 premolars. Now, if you touch and observe the surface of the premolars, they are not pointed. They have a large surface area. On the top, they are broad and they have uneven top surface. They are used for grinding. Okay, when you want to grind something, say for example, you know how we use mortar and pestle to grind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we grind the same way using a pointed knife? No, we cannot. We cannot, right? So we need a larger
No.
surface area to grind. Okay. And that's why your premolars and molars have a larger area. So the moment you've taken your, a chunk of apple, you have bit the chunk of apple, you took the apple inside your mouth. You can't gulp it, right? You have to grind it. You have to make it into fine pieces. And that's what is done with your molars and premolars. Okay, so they are used for grinding. So did you observe the difference between the shape of incisors, canines, and premolars?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so now we are done with how many in the lower jaw? We're done with 4 incisors, 2 canines, and 4 premolars. That brings us to the count of 10.
10.
Okay, now then we go to the last set of teeth, which are molars, which do the same function as grinding, but they are still larger than the premolars. Okay, so to give a fine grind to the food. Now these premolars are 6 on each side, 6 on the 3 on the right side and 3 on the left side. So in each jaw, 6 molars are present. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so what is our count now?
16.
We have reached 16?
16.
Yeah. So that means if we have the same same replica on the upper jaw, we will have a total of 32 teeth. Now there is a formula to remember how many number of each type of teeth we have. Okay, so let's see the formula. So this is the formula. All right. Now the numerator, you all understand fractions, right? The numerator here is the upper jaw. The denominator is the lower jaw. And when we are writing it this way, we are talking about only one side. That means if if I consider my lower jaw, I'll be talking about the left hand side or the right hand side. Okay. So if I want to count it, see, I means incisors, C means canine, P is premolar, and M is molar. Now on my, let's consider the left part of the lower jaw. Okay. In the left part of lower jaw, I have 2 incisors because in all there are 4. Okay. So I have 2. Now I have 1 canine on the left side, 1 on the right side. So I have written 1 because we are talking only of the left side. Then we go to the premolars, which is 2 after the canines on one side. And then we have the molars, which is 3 after the premolars. So in all, if we count If we count it here, like, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8. That is on the left side. If we multiply it by 2, we get the same thing for the right side. So that becomes 16 on the upper jaw, and the same way 16 in the lower jaw, which gives us a total 32. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, it's really
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, so if you want to note down this formula quickly, I'll give you 2 minutes and then we move on to the experiment. Let me know once you all are done.
Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
You're done? All right, so let's move to the experiment. Keep all your supplies ready. I'm going to hand it over to Nicola, ma'am.
Ma'am, should we turn our cameras on now?
Yeah, please, please. Nicola, ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. Okay, children. You all must be having clay, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what you can do is you all can take 4 pieces of clay, okay? And we will be preparing different types of teeth. So first we'll be preparing, all of you all can put your videos on. Yes. Everyone? Okay. So first of all, we'll be preparing incisors. As ma'am told you that incisors are flat teeth, you'll have to make it flat. Can you all see?
Yes.
Yes. So you all need to make it flat in this way, and the upper end should be it should be sharp. Okay, like a knife.
Ma'am, like how small?
You can take just a small piece of clay, like this. Okay, and then you can make it in this way. The upper end should be sharp, and it should be flat. Flat, and the upper end should be sharp. So make it sharp like this. Okay, this is the way an incisor should look. Can you all see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So quickly make it and show me. This is how an incisor should look. Yes. Yes, Adya. That's correct.
Is this okay?
Vedika, yeah, you can start with the process.
I mean,
Little bit more,
okay.
little bit more sharp, I mean. Okay?
Okay.
At the top. Yes.
Is this okay?
Jia,
Yeah.
you can make it a little bit sharp, more sharper at the edge. Yes, Ria, you can show it to me. Yeah, that's fine, but it should be a little bit narrow at the bottom, and
Okay.
this is the way.
Okay, I get it.
Yes.
Try, if you all don't understand, try to touch your teeth and feel the shape. You'll understand how, what is the size at the bottom, what is the size at the top, what is the width. You'll get a relative size if you'll touch and feel it.
You'll need to make it flat and sharp. Okay, sharp at the edges, sharp at the edge, and flat. It should be flat. All right. Everyone done with incisors?
No.
Okay, Vedika. Vedika, are you done with the incisors?
No, not yet. I'm making my third one now.
Ria, it has to be broader at the top.
Yes, it has to be broader like this. Can you see this? See, it has to be
That's the thing. I'm not able to
sharp
see clearly on the
and
video.
broader.
Ma'am, mine
Is it
isn't
visible
forming.
now?
It's like way too sticky. It's not working.
So at the bottom it's supposed to be broad and at the top it's supposed to be narrow. Because your voice broke in the middle.
Okay. No, at the top it should be broader. At the bottom, little bit, it can be narrow.
But the bottom is narrow and thick at the same time. The top is broad and it is thin at the, like that.
Yeah.
So right now you all make only one of each type.
Yes, only one you all need to make.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I'm done.
No problem, no problem. If you've done it, no problem.
Yeah.
Gia, what happened with you? You're still
Oh,
kneading the
it's
clay.
not. No, it's not working because it's like way too sticky.
It's dough or is it clay?
No, it's dough. I don't have clay. We've never had
Okay,
clay.
so after the class you can knead the dough a little thick, little thicker
Okay.
with less
Okay.
water and then try it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to canines.
Yeah. So canines are pointy. Okay. They are pointed. Can you all see it? It looks somewhat like this.
Okay.
They are pointed. They are the tearing teeth. Okay. They are used to tear the food. So they are pointed. This is the way it looks.
Oh,
Ma'am,
Yes.
Yes.
is this okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Ma'am,
Yes, that is okay.
Ma'am, I was just wondering, is this okay? I couldn't get the exact shape.
Somewhat, yeah.
For the
A
incisors.
little bit modification only at the bottom, but the top is okay.
Okay. So the bottom has to be more
Yeah.
narrow.
The bottom has to be a little bit narrow and broad. Sorry, I'm not narrow and broad. It should be little bit narrow and thick at the bottom.
Okay.
Can you see it from the side?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So all of you all are done with incisors and canines, right?
yeah.
Okay. Now we can move on to premolars. So premolars are little bit broader as compared to the other two types of teeth. A little broad. Okay, you all will make some ridges at the top. Yeah, this is how premolars will look. Can you all see it?
What's the difference between premolars and molars, like the shape?
Okay. Premolars are little bit broad, but molars are more broad. Okay.
Okay.
Molars are broader as compared to premolars. The surface area is more of molars.
Ma'am,
Ria, show it from the top, Ria. Yeah. So these are the ridges. Okay, you can make the ridges in this way.
Nicola ma'am,
Is it
can you
visible?
hold it close to the camera, please? Further close. Is it visible? No. Can you turn your hand towards your left little bit? No, just turn the hand, not move the hand.
Turn the hand this way.
So that the light, there's too much of light falling on it, no? So we are not able to see the ridges. No, it's not clear yet. Yeah, see, Adhya is showing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of you are done with it?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Adhya's Vedika,
Yeah,
show
I'm
me
done.
your show one of them.
I don't know whether you can see it properly.
All right. So we'll move on to the molars now. Okay, molars are far more broader than the premolars. They are broader as compared to the premolars. And again, you're going to make ridges.
See, Dr. Dhara is there and she's showing you from the real set of denture how the ridges should be.
Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are the premolars, two, and these two are the molars.
Okay.
See the size?
It's more than double the size of premolars.
Yes, the premolars are really very small. The molars are broad, flat, and they are more in size. See it from the side? The ridges extend on the sides as well in the molars. And on the top, they have ridges which forms mountains. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you know how what is the shape of each type of tooth, you have to make a model of the jaw. So Nicola ma'am will show you how you have to make it. Nicola ma'am, can you show them what you made? See how Nicola ma'am has made it.
Can you all see it?
Oh.
Okay. So what you have to do is you'll have to take two pieces of pink or red colored clay. Okay. And you'll have to arrange it in this way. And then after that, you'll have to make the sets of teeth and glue it to this piece of clay on both the sides. Okay. So you have to make 32 teeth.
Oh.
How many incisors are there? 8 incisors. Okay. 4 on each jaw. Then there are 4 canines, 2 on each jaw. There are 8 premolars, 4 on each jaw. And there are 12 molars, 6 on each jaw. Clear? This is the way you'll need to make the model of the teeth.
What do we use
Is
for
this visible?
supporting it like that?
Yeah, this is a piece of paper. Okay, y'all can put a piece of paper and y'all can support it.
Okay.
Is
This
that clear?
will work with the kneaded dough as well, right?
Yes, it can be done with the kneaded dough also.
Okay.
All right, are you clear how y'all have to do it? All right,
Yeah.
Yes.
fine.
Okay, so now that y'all have understood and carried out a part of the experiment, let me introduce you to Dr. Dhara. So I can welcome Dr. Dhara. Welcome,
Hello
Dr.
all, good
Dhara. Hi.
morning.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
How are you all?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Good.
So Dr. Dhara, I'll be presenting my screen so you all can explain the details and technicality about the teeth
Sure.
to all our students.
Sure. Okay. Sorry? Yes?
No, it wasn't any.
You all can hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So till now, all of you have studied the types of teeth. I will further continue with the structure of the teeth. What exactly the tooth is made up of? What are the portions of the tooth? What does it contain? How is it exactly cross-sectionally? What is the cross-section? When you cut the tooth, what you see inside it? Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us start with the structure of the teeth. Basically, the tooth is divided into three parts: the crown portion, the neck of the teeth, and the root portion. Okay. The crown portion is the part of the tooth that is visible inside our mouth. Everyone can see the crowns of the teeth. They are known as the crowns of the teeth. Then there comes the neck of the teeth. The neck of the teeth is not differentiated, but it's still a segment between the crown and the root part. Then comes the root of the teeth, which nobody can see that. It's inside the jaw bones. So basically, the crown is the portion that the tooth does not move by its own, right? It is all embedded inside the jaw. And how is it embedded inside the jaw? With the help of the roots. If you don't have the gum lines, the tooth becomes shaky. Eventually, it can fall. Okay. So gums, roots, and the jaw jawbone are most important for a tooth to stand still inside the mouth. Okay, so talking about the structure of the teeth in detail, the outer layer of the teeth, the white part, which you all can see this, the white part of the teeth is known as the enamel of the teeth. That is the outer hardmost cover of the teeth. Enamel is the hardest part and it is made up of calcium and phosphate uh, minerals that forms a hydroxyapatite crystal. If you don't understand the hydroxyapatite crystal, it's just remember it is made up of calcium and phosphate minerals. About 95 to 98% it is made up of calcium and phosphate. That makes it very hard, the outer part. Then the middle portion is the yellowish part, which you can see. The yellowish part is the dentine portion. The middle one is the dentine portion. The dentine is again a hard tissue, also contains the inorganic and organic materials. The inorganic is calcium and phosphate, and the organic are some proteins that helps, proteins and waters that helps the tooth to supply with minerals, waters, and necessary nutrients. Okay. So the thing is, the dentine has tubules. It has a tubular-like structure, tubes all over. The tubules help water and minerals from the blood supply to the enamel. Did everybody get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, moving to the next part. First was enamel, then is dentine. Moving to the next part is the nerve part, which is known as pulp. This is a molar cross section. Can everybody see the pinkish tissue inside?
Yes.
Okay, so that is known as pulp. It is a soft tissue which is inside the teeth. It contains nerves and blood vessels. Okay, so that is the thing that attaches the tooth with the lower jawline, the gums, the gingiva, and then it transports the minerals and nutrients from the blood supply to the teeth. Did everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Good enough. So what happens uh, when there is a decay in the tooth? When we get decay or when the tooth pains or somebody says you have a cavity, what happens? Who can answer?
I think the food that accumulates on our teeth, it decomposes, like bacteria or something decomposes it. And if it's worse, it reaches our pulp
Okay.
and it touches our nerves. That's when it pains.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So what happens is the structure of our teeth, as you all have made the teeth, everybody knows that you have the occlusal surface, which is called the upper portion of the teeth. The upper portion of the teeth have ridges, have mountains. Everybody has seen the mountains and the ridges that goes inside, comes out, goes inside, comes out. So the reason is because of the structure of our teeth is like that. It has cusps and ridges. There are a lot of chances for food to get accumulated if we do not brush it properly. Okay. So once the food gets accumulated and is not removed over a period of time, it starts to get decomposed. That is the reason the tooth will start turning black or brown, and eventually the disease will spread inside as it is spreaded in this. See, the nerve is black, the pulp portion is black. Yeah, so the tooth starts to decay from inside and it forms an abscess in the root. Can you see this? This is the abscess in the root, which makes the tooth very much painful. When you see this tooth, This is the middle portion, the nerve portion, which has turned black due to decay. And here there is an abscess. So that causes pain in the tooth because the nerve has gone dead. The main blood supply of the tooth has gone dead, which makes the tooth painful. Can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well enough. Well enough. So this happens if the food gets accumulated on the tooth surface, does not get brushed out, and the bacteria, the bad bacteria, which is present in the sugar and some soda drinks, causes the tooth to decompose. Does everyone know that the tooth is a porous structure?
I didn't know that.
How does the tooth take in food inside? How does the bacteria go inside the tooth? The outer layer of the tooth, the enamel portion, is porous in structure. When you drink soda, the carbonated drinks like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, any type of sodas, the tooth, the acid in that sodas is taken inside the tooth, which starts the decomposition. But it doesn't happen always, because after a cycle of every 20 to 30 minutes, mouth itself has a remineralization process going on, which helps the tooth to retain its natural shape and size. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once we eat food, the sugar content, the acidic content in the food wants the tooth to decay. But we have saliva, we have tongue, and we have some of the natural bacteria always present in our mouth that helps the teeth to remineralize itself after a certain period of time. So that is a natural process. Okay.
Ma'am, what is this process called?
That is the remineralization and demineralization process of the tooth that naturally occurs in everybody's mouth.
So it's essentially like our teeth is, kind of getting decomposed, but but like our saliva is preventing that.
Yes, the saliva and the good bacteria present in our mouth prevents the tooth to decompose only to a certain extent. Okay?
Does it prevent it or does it decompose and then it?
No, it prevents it.
Okay.
It prevents to decompose to a certain extent. It prevents to decompose first on the outer layer, then in the middle layer, the enamel layer, then the dentine layer. But once it reaches the pulp chamber, the pulp layer, then there is no going back. You have to see a dentist. So until and unless this thing happens, you must brush your teeth, which we always regularly brush, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good enough. Okay, moving on to the next slide. The composition of the teeth, this already I just said. Enamel consists of the 95 sometimes to 98% of calcium and phosphates. That is the hard, that makes the enamel the hardest portion uh, in our body. Actually, it is harder than the bone. The rest 5%, it contains of fluoride, magnesium, strontium, and other proteins that makes it organic portion. Same way, the dentine is little less harder than enamel. It contains of 70% inorganic matter and 30% organic matter. The inorganic matter again consists of calcium and phosphate, and the organic portion consists of waters, minerals, and some proteins. Pulp is the vital tissue present in the tooth that has the nerve endings and the blood vessels. So that is the reason it provides the nutrients to the tooth, making it a vital organ. The gums, the pink portion of the teeth, which is always visible. The gums are the outer layer that supports the teeth, helps them keeping rooted inside the bone, that does not allow teeth to move on its own. Nobody's teeth can move on its own. They're just fixed the way they are. Okay. Also, there is a good portion of cementum which covers the outer layer of the roots. As the crown portion of the tooth is covered by enamel, as the crown portion of the crown is covered by enamel, same way the outer portion of the root structure is covered by cementum. Okay. On the crown, it's enamel. In the roots, it is cementum. After cementum comes the layer of dentine. After dentine comes the layer of pulp. Okay. So in the root portions, you don't have enamel. Same way, in the crown portions, you don't have cementum. Okay. Did everybody follow that? And cementum, it's a bone-like tissue. It's a bone-like material that also consists of organic and inorganic materials. It's of varying densities. Like the ratio is almost 45 to 55 percentages. But it's just the outer covering layer of the root portions. So basically, there are four main parts of a tooth structure: the crown, the dentine, pulp, and cementum. Okay, all new words, but very easy to remember. The enamel, the dentine, the pulp, and the cementum.
Okay, ma'am, understood.
Okay, good, good. Moving on to next slide. Okay, importance of deciduous teeth. Who all can tell me why are our milk teeth very important to us?
They probably grow faster so that we can get teeth, early.
Okay, so let me just brief it out first. Everybody of us first have the milk teeth. They are also known as primary teeth, temporary teeth, and deciduous teeth. Okay, so basically, when the kid starts to grow from a baby to a toddler and then to a kid, so they have a transition of eating patterns. First, they just have formula milk or breast milk. Then they have some liquid diets. Then they have semi-solid diets, and then they start to chew. Gradually, the size of the jaw increases. In the same way, the teeth start to come in, and gradually the size of the teeth also increases. So first thing, when you are a kid, your jawline is smaller, your teeth are smaller, they have space in betweens. As you can see the picture, all the smaller teeth have a little bit space in between. That is natural, a very natural thing. That is like for easy to flush in and out the food, easy to chew, and because they have a small jaw size, their teeth are smaller in size, and they help in the small bits of their food to just chew and swallow. Okay, they are the future placeholders for the permanent teeth. As you can see the next skull portion, see the permanent teeth are erupting, and these are the primary teeth which are already present in the mouth, the white one, and the blue ones are the permanent tooth birds that are going to erupt. As the child grows, the size of the jaw increases. but the size of the teeth do not increase. So what happens is these teeth eventually fall off, their root start receding. They just start receding from the base. Once the root is not there, the crown portion cannot hold itself in the on the jaw. So it starts shaking and it eventually falls off. And permanent teeth erupts from below the primary teeth. So these are the placeholders for the permanent teeth. Primary teeth are the placeholders for the permanent teeth. What happens if you don't have a primary teeth? You will still have permanent teeth, but what will be the consequences? They won't come up in a straight line. They will either go left or right, making the teeth crowded. They won't fit in the place they are supposed to fit. That is the reason most of the people who have lost their primary teeth in young age due to cavities or some other issues, some illness or other issues, they do not have the permanent teeth in a good arch, in a single line. They have crowded teeth. आगे पीछे होते हैं सारे. Have you all seen that? Anyone have seen that?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the main reason we need to save and secure our primary teeth so that our permanent teeth are well, healthy, and they grow in a good arch form in a straight line. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so my question is, why are our teeth the way they are? The shape, why is the shape of our teeth the way it is?
So that we can eat a variety of foods.
Yes, exactly. Humans are what? Omnivores, right? So we eat green vegetables also, and we eat meat, eggs, flesh also. So the thing is, we have incisors like the herbivores animals, the flat teeth in the front. Then we have canines and premolars. Premolars to some extent replicate the canine also, and to some extent they replicate the molars as well. The function of a premolar, it replicates some extent like a canine and to some extent like a molar. So it's a transition between a canine and a molar. In between comes a premolar. To be very precise, I can show you the shape of a premolar if everybody can see this. It has a sharp, okay, it has a sharp pointed edge like a canine, but as well as it has a flat surface on the top like a molar. Okay, so carnivores only eat flesh, right? They are flesh eating animals, so they have very sharp and pointed canines. They need them to tear their food apart. The main reason for the main thing about the teeth is the sharp canines. You can see in every picture the lion, the tiger, the wolf, leopard, everyone has a sharp canine, and see how pointed and how long it is. It is because of their function to eat, because they have to tear apart the food. That is the main reason they have that teeth. Moving on to the next slide. Teeth of the herbivores. Okay, so the animals like cow, camel, goat. Can you see the incisors of these animals? They are really flat and they are 6 in number. Yes, they are really flat, and the front jaw portion, whatever smile line we have, all have incisors. The herbivores have more number of incisors. They do not have canines. They directly have molars, but molars also they have very flat surfaces. The only reason is they needed to chew leaves, the plant products. So the reason they have to like cut it with the incisors and then chew it on a flat molars. That is the main reason they have such type of teeth. Yes. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, rodents. What do you think is new in the rodents? Can you see the
They have
pictures?
very long teeth.
Yes, their incisors are super long. Super long, yes. The first picture I think is a rabbit. Yeah, can you see the incisors of the rabbit? What do the rabbit eat?
They eat green leafy vegetables.
Yes, mostly carrots. How is carrot? Carrot is a hard. Carrot is hard, right? So they need incisors to just bite it, bite it, bite it, bite it, bite it, and then make it small pieces with the help of only incisors. Teeth have a wear and tear property. What is a wear and tear property? When you too much make use of the front teeth, they just tend to chip off. Have a special property. Like as soon as their teeth starts chipping off, they grow new teeth from beneath. It continuously grows. It continuously grows
Uh,
because they have to support the food they eat. Yes.
so I had a guinea pig. It was a rodent as well, and they had the exact same teeth
Yes.
like the rabbit, but not as long as the rat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So it varies sometimes from animal to animal, from generation to generation, and from the ancestors. Teeth are mostly hereditary. Like you have the teeth your parents have, or maybe your grandparents have. They are hereditary. The shape, the size, the composition, everything is hereditary. It's in the gene. Teeth has also DNA. That means that you have inherited shape and size and material of the teeth as your parents. Same is with the rodents, the guinea pig, the rats. They have their ancestral teeth, which they are from. Like a rabbit from the Africa has different type or shape of the teeth than the rabbit from the India. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So rodents are mammals which are characterized by single pair of continuously growing incisors, open rooted teeth. Open rooted teeth. What does this mean?
I'm
Okay,
guessing
so
the
root of the
roots
teeth. Can you
are
see this? The root of the teeth? Yeah, they are closed. Can you see this? It is closed. The roots of the teeth are closed. We do not grow our incisors. We do not grow our molars. We do not grow our canines or anything. Our roots are closed. We have a closed rooted teeth because our teeth do not grow in the size. The teeth which you have now would be the same size. The teeth which I have now is the same size as I got it when I was a 12-year-old kid. The incisors when I was 12-year old, 7 years old, I got the incisors. It is the same size till date. It will be the same size till I die if it is in my mouth. We do not grow our teeth, but it is not the case with rodents. Their roots are open. They have a good blood and a nerve supply, which continuously lets the tooth grow inside the mouth. That's why they have so long and sharp incisors. They continuously gnaw, that is, bite and chew with their incisors. Most rodents are small animals with robust bodies, short limbs, and long tails. Everybody knows the structure. They use their sharp incisors to chew the food, excavate burrows, and defend themselves. So that is multifunction of the teeth. They also eat, they also defend themselves, and they also make their own homes, burrows. With the help of the teeth, they just do these things. Most eat seeds and other plant materials, but some have varied diets. Yeah, they have a hard eating habit, like carrots, radish, and you can see all the plant-based, which they eat raw, the plants which they eat raw, they need sharp incisors. The incisors are mostly, lower incisors are mostly pointed in them. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Ways to keep the teeth healthy. Okay. So everybody knows this. We should brush twice a day, and most effective brushing is considered after the meals, which assures us that there is no leftover food on the tooth surface, which keeps our tooth healthy for a longer period of time. Use fluorinated toothpaste, which means the toothpaste should contain fluoride. Why is fluoride so important? It helps in. Why is fluoride important for our teeth?
I guess it's made of that, like it's a mineral.
It's a mineral. It helps in remineralization. Okay. It helps in remineralization of the tooth. The outer enamel layer, which continuously demineralizes once we eat sugary food, acidic food. Fluoride helps in remineralization process. Okay. Brush thoroughly, which means we should brush from the surface. Yes. Okay, which means we should brush from the outer surface, from the sides, from the upper and the lower surface, as well as from the inner sides.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah. So all over we should, the tooth, whatever is visible inside the mouth, from all the surfaces we should brush it. You cannot brush it from the sides because it is attached to other teeth, but you can brush it one side, second side, and the surface portions. Okay. Limit acidic drinks like soft drinks, cordials, and fruit juices. Okay, acid is not good for teeth, but that's okay. If you brush it good, that's fine. Limit sugary foods. Sugar is also not good for teeth. Avoid using your teeth for anything other than chewing food. What else do we use teeth for other than chewing food?
Talking.
Talking is okay, but
Uh,
anything like, yes,
biting your nails.
yes, you should not bite your nails with your teeth. That's a bad habit.
As well as sometimes when you're like you have opening something like a candy wrapper, people use their teeth to open the candy wrapper. They don't use their hands.
Yes, yes, yes. Teeth are not meant to do that. Okay. Teeth are not meant to open a can with your teeth or like just bite your nails or anything. You just cut anything with your teeth. Teeth are not meant to do that. You should not do it with your teeth. You should preserve and respect your teeth. You only get it once in your life, the permanent teeth. You should preserve and respect it because natural is the most thing anybody can have. Artificial teeth do not match natural teeth, as they look natural, but they do not match the functions of a natural teeth. You should preserve the natural teeth.
Okay.
See your dentist for regular checkups. Yes, this is a must. Every 6 to 8 months, you must visit a dental doctor just to make sure that your teeth are healthy. Just not by looking at the teeth, also by seeing if there is no plaque accumulation. What is a plaque accumulation? Anybody knows that? Plaque
Yeah,
accumulation?
it's the food which gets accumulated and that's the cause for cavity.
Actually, plaque is a layer of a salt. The food which we eat, the water which we drink, always contains some minerals, some salts. So once the brushing is not completely and thoroughly done, there is a layer of a white, thin layer of plaque accumulated on your teeth. It goes away by brushing, but sometimes it just stays. And especially in the inner sides of the teeth where there is hard to reach the brush. the upper inner surfaces, the lower inner surfaces, where the brush is hard to reach and we are not able to brush properly. There is a thin layer of salt, calcium or salt, mostly salt, deposited, which contains lots of bacteria, lots and lots of bacteria, which are not good for your teeth. They further can cause cavities, sometimes gingival diseases. Gingiva is the gums, sometimes the gum diseases. Sometimes in older age people, they can also make the tooth shaky because of the plaque, because it contains lots of bacteria. So once you visit a dentist, they would easily come to know if there is a plaque accumulation on your teeth and you must get that removed. Okay. Floss your teeth every day at least once. Yes. Flossing is must like brushing. There is a thin thread, a wax thread available in the market of different companies. It comes like Colgate and uh, I have not heard any other in India. So it's like a thin wax thread. You hold it within your fingers, both the fingers, and you just put it in between your teeth just to remove the food accumulation in between two teeth. The thin wax thread easily goes between your teeth and comes out with the food in it. Okay. So there is no food accumulated in between the teeth. That means there is less chances of cavities. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Moving on to the next slide. Some basic tooth knowledge. Okay, so I would have already talked about this, but just refreshing it. Since teeth are alive, they have the ability to heal themselves. Okay, teeth have the pulp tissue inside them, that is the blood and the nerve supply. They are alive in our jaw. Just like any other tissue in the body, they can reparative. They have a reparative function. They can repair itself to an extent. Saliva contains enzymes that help the tooth to heal. Yes, it contains the enzymes that helps the tooth to remineralize itself. Healing is inhibited by sugar and bacteria. If you eat too much of sugar and if you have the plaque and the bacteria, the bad bacteria, which is produced from the decomposition of the food inside your mouth, it is hard to remineralize again. If you brush and floss your teeth regularly, then your teeth can heal themselves without any extensive dental treatments. That is true. The teeth can heal itself. Cheese prevents tooth decay because it is alkaline. Yes. Some dairy products, cheese, paneer, yogurt, they are alkaline in nature and they prevent tooth decay. Teeth start from uh, everybody knows that teeth start to grow even before the birth. When you are a baby, the primary tooth buds are already present in your jaws. They are just yet to erupt at the right age until you are 6 to 7 months old. The primary tooth buds are already present when you are a baby. It starts the formation inside the body when you are growing yourself. Okay. Your mouth is the home of 300 types of bacteria. This is correct. There are more than 300 types of bacteria. Some are good bacteria, some are bad bacteria. Only one third of teeth is visible. This is also correct. The crown portion of the tooth is just one third. The root portion is two third. The crown portion of the tooth is one third. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, I have a question for you all. Just a last question. Are teeth are teeth helpful in investigation purposes? To know the criminal records or anything?
So students can make a note of this question. Like every week you get one research question This is one such question which Dr. Dhara has asked you. So, Dr. Dhara, may I ask you to repeat the question so students can make a note of it?
Yes,
And
sure.
they will come up with the answers. They will do their own research and come up with the answer for this question.
Yes, sure. Are teeth helpful for the investigation purposes?
Okay, noted.
Okay, good.
All right. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. I hope it was knowledgeable and at the same time you all enjoyed the session. So I would want each one of you to thank Dr. Dhara for taking out time and educating you all on to a greater detail in today's topic. Please thank Dr. Dhara.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Welcome, welcome.
It was
It was my
amazing.
pleasure to teach you all.
Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Dhara, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Swapna, ma'am,
Yes, Jia.
I have a class. Is it all right if I go? Like,
Yeah. Even I have a class.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So send your answers. Bye bye
Okay.
for today. Bye
Now
bye.
I'll mail it to you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.